expanding your mind worldwide and looking at history. As much as we think that we have advanced, civilized in a sense, you'll begin to understand that history has not really civilized itself yet. You look at other countries, if a person don't like you, they shoot you. They come in and they take you middle of the night and they shoot you. They get rid of you. And as time processes in these different countries where we begin to eliminate those shootings where people just don't shoot each other because you don't like each other and stuff like that. So there's, even though those things still happen amongst in society itself, as we would look at our own country, are we civilized? No, we're not. We gave up our guns, our weapons, so to speak, and perceive ourselves as a friendly, peaceful country. But to foreigners that come here, it is the first thing that they notice about our country: how racist we are towards each other, how we judge each other, how we deny each other. The old crab syndrome: we don't allow each other to heal, we don't allow each other to become better people. We become envious, we become jealous, and we gossip and do everything to tear the person apart, instead of helping and supporting the person to become a better person and learn something in the process. So in other words, we changed our weapons from guns and knives and bombs to lip. We use our words now. That's how we shoot each other. That's how we bring each other down. That's how we keep ourselves down. We're not totally open. So it's very important to understand history. And we as spiritual people, we still have to deal with a history that was implemented back in the 1700s, I think it was. It's a known history by many different practitioners, and if you want to understand it, it's so simple to understand. To go back into a place called The Ancient Secret, the Witch's Bible. And when you read that and begin to understand the history of that, you will understand why spiritual people are labeled as working with demonic stuff and all this different things. It has to do with the crazy yo-yo that got out of hand, and it took them a while. It took the political system a while to track them down and stop them. But by then, the information already went global wide, and there were yo-yos that were practicing these methods of condemning anybody that was spiritual. So if you look at history, it's unbelievable how uncivilized man were in the process of the belief system, whether it be believing in God, Jesus, Buddha, or any other gods that are in play. And a lot of killings that took place because of this. Through history, the spiritual war has always been played out, and to date is still in play. So we really have to examine ourselves and ask us, are we really civilized? And it's easy to understand by human behavior. You look outside and you see how people are treating each other, everything like that. Is it safe for us to step out the door? No. Is it safe for us to walk down the street? No, especially if you're a young woman. Big time. Even us guys were vulnerable to this. So we're not really safe, no. So we really have to start looking at the psychology, the human behavior, the history of mankind. If you want to change the future, just look at history. If you want to know what's in the future, look into history. In our traditional way, our teachings is the further you can look into the history, the further you look back, the further you can see in front of you. because everything is recycled. As long as it's not understood in the mathematical thinking formula of absolute truth, these things will continue to revolve itself, and we'll relive this over and over and over, the positive and negative in life itself. So to change that, we have to understand history in the making of the human behavior, their belief system that's in play. And when you start researching the belief system of all mankind, right from organized religion, right to the governing system, right to the skeptics, it'll blow your mind, the teachings that they practice. It doesn't matter if you're religious, it doesn't matter if you're skeptic. The teachings that is practiced is identical. Denial, judging, criticizing, the whole 9 yards. It's just unbelievable. A genuine, true believer of the Creator, God, Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, whatever you want to call, and whatever you want to follow, the sole foundation is about unconditional love. It's about peace and unity. So why is it that so many people out there practice these methods, supposedly, but yet mankind is uncivilized? And why is it that when you look at the body of mankind, the whole scenario, and look at what's in power, why is it that we're still uncivilized? It has to do with the understanding of history in the making, the teachings that are in play, and also a lot of the unguided situations that are happening. As the scripture would say, there are false prophets and there are real prophets. So you're going to run across a lot of them on the road, and trying to find something that'll work for you, you're going to have to walk through a lot of these scenarios to be able to find yourself there. So understanding the negative teachings is so important to be able to turn yourself around. And when you look at this overall ball of wax and you look out there and what you see out there and you don't like it as an adult, well, we as adults, we have a great responsibility. When we look at our children out there, we're losing them big time to the streets, to drugs, alcohol, peer pressure, to the point where even schools are not safe anymore. Big time. It's supposed to be a good, safe place to bring your child to, but it's Russian roulette now. So we as adults, we have to sit down and take a good look at ourselves and take the responsibility to what's going on out there with our children. I was raised by elders, grandparents. At night, they were my television. They told me stories about human psychology, about honor, respect, about unity, about life force, about a blade of grass, a bug, a fly, the water, the wind, the sun, the moon, the stars. Educating me about everything that had to deal with the environment I lived in. How to take care of Mother Earth. How to take care of what she provides for us. She provides food, shelter, medicine, everything. And we're taught only to take a little bit and give a lot back so our children can enjoy the beauty that we walked in. These things are still there. We can still practice that. But in the absolute truth, in our journey to come to that place of unconditional love, honor, and respect, we still have that in us. The residential school did not take it away from us. Like you look at myself for an example, and there are more of us out there right now. And we're doing something to bring things back to our people, trying to give them back the foundation of absolute truth that gave us the roots to go deep into Mother Earth and be one with Mother Earth and all that is created, that is sacred and divine. And it's all about self-love, self-honor, self-respect, to be a true leader within yourself, but the ability to become one with all things, and to be one with your brothers, one with your sisters, and that we're all safe with each other. we need to work with this. We need to bring this back, and we need to make it so that our children's future is safe.